Hey YouTube, welcome back guys. It's been a little while. I've been busy doing some stuff back in here, but today I'm back with a special and great video. So I went to my local thrift store and I found this Eureka Airspeed for 24 bucks. A brand new one of these are like 40, 45 bucks, somewhere around there, which is, and I found this for half the price. But I will be using it and making vacuum videos with this later on. But first, I plan on taking it all apart, cleaning out the bins, take out the brush roll, take off all the hair tangles, and wash the filters because it is, filled with dirt, grime, dust, and from other previous carpets. Who knows what it's been through. Um, the reason I wanted to make this video is for those out there who are looking into getting second-handed vacuums. Maybe you don't think it's worth buying a brand new vacuum, even the cheapest one at your local Walmart or Target, and you want to look at your local thrift store. Maybe you're a cheapskate. Maybe you're looking just to buy used stuff. Maybe you love getting things from the thrift store and you're wondering if second-handed vacuums are worth it. And well, it depends. What are your needs for a vacuum? How often do you vacuum? How much carpeting do you have? Um, is it um, is it too much? You're spending 40 bucks, 50 for an average cheap vacuum like this one that's light, or like a Bissell Power Force or something like that, and you're looking to spend way less money. So you want to check out your thrift store or pawn shops, wherever you find a vacuum for yourself. So the conditions you want to look for in a used vacuum is going to be, number one, test it to make sure it runs. So I know thrift stores have electrical outlets where you plug it in and test it. And so I did test this one before I brought it, and it does work. And sounds great. There's nothing wrong with the motor, so let's test it out for a bit. All right, so as I heard, the motor runs great. There's nothing issues. And so the good thing is that it runs. And the brush roll does spin. And the next thing you want to look for is, like I just mentioned, is the brush roll. Check if the brush roll spins. Now, if you're somebody who doesn't know how to fix a vacuum a little bit or do some maintenance on it, then maybe looking for a used vacuum that doesn't work properly might not be the best thing for you. But if you're somebody who likes fixing things and doesn't mind buying a used vacuum, and you're able to get parts or accessories for it, then you can go ahead and get it. But you want to check the brush roll. If you got a flashlight with you or your phone flashlight, it'll work just fine. Inspect the vacuum top to bottom. So as I'm looking here at the brush roll, it's got a lot of hair tangles and some kind of grass or webs, whatever it's got. Looks to me like this vacuum was in storage for quite a while, and but as everyone knows at this point, thrift store vacuums are just donations. So in whatever conditions they're in, that's how they come. So if you purchase it and it ends up not working, keep in mind that you get what you pay for. So that's the bottom line. And thrift store vacuums are not returnable once purchased because they've already been second-handed once. And so the brush roll does spin, like I mentioned. I already tested it. It works just fine. It's just the hair tangles. There's not a problem with that. You just unscrew the vacuum, remove the hair tangles. Check if any loose parts or any cracks, something's broken. The wheels on this are great. It's one of those wheels that you just clamp on and remove. Now, over time, these wheels, they will end up coming off on its own. I've owned a vacuum like this before, I believe it was called a Dirt Devil Dynamite from 2009. I've had one of these in the past, and the wheels on these things are just clamp-ons, and over time the clamps start getting more loose and wiggly, and they'll come off over time. The way I put these wheels back was I actually used duct tape and just wrap it around the clamp, and they fit perfectly on the wheels. But you really had to push it though, because the wheels weren't spinning. You really just had to forcibly push the vacuum. So keep in mind, if you have a vacuum with these type of wheels, they will fall out over time. Now the next thing is, uh, when you're testing your vacuum for suction, you want to make sure that the airflow is working just fine with suction. So when you plug it and turn it on, you want to test the hose, because the hose is the one that has just straight up air suction. So let me see here. Remove the hose attachment, plug it in, and make sure it's sucking. Alright, so if you have great straight up air suction, that means you have good airflow. So meaning it will pick up the day you use it. So it does come with this brush for dusting. It's missing one of the attachments on this side. That's one thing that didn't come, but you know, you can always find something to replace that attachment. Not a big deal. But inspect your the hose as well for anything unusual, clogs. If you can see straight through it, meaning it's good, there's no clogs. Inspect the inside of the attachment here on the bottom where you remove the hose. So this part right here, this is where the floor suction comes in. When you attach the hose to this, it's where the airflow is getting its suction, and everything it picks up travels through this little hose attachment, through the entire hose, all the way into the dustbin. So lay your vacuum flat, stick the flashlight in there, see if you can see clearly through the other side. When you flip it over, if you see the light from the other side coming out from this side flashing, meaning there's no clogs, nothing's in the way, that's a good thing. So good. So I've came across some other vacuums in the past when I've been going through the thrift store, and I've never found one vacuum that's been in good condition. It has, but not like good expectations. And I ended up coming across this one. I tested it, and it works just fine. Another thing, you want to inspect the dustbin. Check the inside of the hole right here where all the dust and trash goes in through the dustbin. And perfect. So there's nothing in there. Same thing here. Like, now I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not an expert, so don't take me as trying to be all expert or a wannabe vacuum expert. I'm just sharing with you what I know, and based off of my knowledge and when I came across vacuum cleaners when I test them. But check if there's any cracks on the plastics, anything's broken or missing, you know, feel like it would come off when you're vacuuming. That's one thing you want to really look into before getting the vacuum, testing it. And this Eureka Airspeed comes with a carpet height adjustment. So you've got high carpet, second height carpet, medium carpet height, you got low carpet attachment, and then you have bare floor attachment. So meaning this one is for bare floors, like it says, even though these vacuums are not really good with vacuuming floors. But it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carpet adjustments, so make sure the knob is working, nothing's wrong with it. these, I find it hard to see that the vacuum goes down when you adjust this. These don't really work. I don't really know why they added this. You can't seem to really adjust it. Again, these are cheap quality, so make sure the knob's working. And well, looks like this has a filter right here, but to take this off, you have to remove 2 screws that it has to check the filter. In the meantime, check your dustbin. Make sure there's nothing loose, broken. Make sure the latches are working properly and they clamp on when you close it back in. This one works. If your latch is not clamping and it comes off, you might want to be careful when you remove the dustbin, because if it doesn't clamp, you know, the lid will open and then you'll spill all your dust. So that is definitely a no-no, so watch out with that. So the dustbin is clamping, that's good. And there is a lot of dust in here, obviously, you know, it's been used. Check anything clogged inside the dustbin, other than the fact that it's dirty. I will be taking all of these parts and washing them and cleaning them. It's got the top lid right here. Check for anything unusual. And it's got a sponge filter up here. So these sponge filters are washable, so I would bang it on something outside and let all the dust shake out. Not indoors, you don't want that allergy and debris all over the air. So the sponge is in great condition, it's not torn or ripped. Oof. Inside it first. So yeah, the sponge is in really great condition. You just need to wash it and clean it out. And these do have a bad smell, just so that y'all know. So, and it's got this filter holder. I don't have a name for it, but make sure it fits in well, nothing's broken. That you just put the filter back on. Close your lid. All right, so let's see. Make sure the bin goes on your vacuum. Clamps on. Hold perfect. Awesome. So on the handle attachment up here, it's got a little crack. You know, it's not a big of a deal. It's just a little piece that chipped off, but I believe that's where you put on the hose attachment, and then you basically would remove the hose and connect your crevice attachment or your brush attachment. So due to this little piece that's chipped right here, you know, it's not going to stay on, so you're going to want to like hold it, or you can probably put something, but if you're going to do like upholstery with this, you're going to want to hold this. It doesn't stay on due to this piece that's chipped, but you know, for me, it's not really a big deal. I probably won't be using this for cleaning surfaces with dust or doing upholstery with this, so I'm not really worried or concerned about this. Oh, it's stuck. Let's see. Shining here with the flashlight. See if there's anything. Perfect. Got nothing here. Y'all can see. And yeah, so this was a great thrift store find for me. I know a lot of people obviously know this when it comes to finding used vacuums at a thrift store, but I just want to share this with those who don't really know or want to buy a used vacuum and is not sure what to look in for a vacuum. So are thrift store vacuums worth it? It depends. It depends on you, your budget, and it depends on what condition the vacuum is that you buy secondhand. So yes, I can recommend them. And if you want to buy, I don't know, if you want to buy used vacuums at places that sell them in better conditions, I would say look into pawn shops, but sometimes they are a little more overpriced. But pawn shop vacuums, are more likely to have better. I'm sorry. Um, they're more likely to be in better condition when you find them at pawn shops, but in thrift stores, you can always find vacuums in really great condition. You just have to inspect the vacuum, you have to test it, and you need to know the signs to look out for. If, well, you know what I just realized, guys? I haven't even taken off the zip tie on this thing. Let's see. Got the box cutter here. Carefully remove it. The box cutter. Let's see. There we go. Zip tie. And also, believe it or not, I would really inspect extension cords when it comes to vacuums, even though this model isn't that old. But you want to inspect the cord, look for any wears or tears, because if you have like a ripped cord with the wires showing, that's definitely a hazard that you want to be careful with, because it can cause power outage. It can make shortage with the power. It can be an electrical hazard. So if you got any tears or rips on a cord, that's definitely a no sign. So watch out for that. This is about a 20-foot cord. So for a vacuum this cheap, don't inspect too much in cord length. So the cord is in good condition. Let's wrap the cord. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Now, let's check the handle lock release on the back. Make sure it's working. Okay. Make sure it clicks when it's locked in position. Great. Yeah. So like I mentioned, guys, these wheels will come off over time. They're really cheap wheels. They're just wheels that basically clamp on with little plastics, holding in. And when you insert into the wheels, those plastics clamp in with each other. Over time, those plastics get worn out and will just come loose, and those wheels will easily start coming off as you're vacuuming. I've used duct tape before, like I said in the past, but the wheels won't spin anymore, but it's going to hold your vacuum from being up in the height. So, how good is Eureka? Well, it is a good vacuum for budget friendly, a budget price, for normal good household vacuuming. Filtration on this thing is not good at all, so don't expect any good filtration on this thing. So it's not, sealed HEPA filtration or anything like that. But Eureka has been around since 1909, founded by Fred Wardo, who's the co-founder of Eureka. It's been around for 116 years to this day now. And back when Eureka was its own company, they were bought by Electrolux in 1974. And Electrolux, at the time, they were the companies who make the sanitaires. And in 1974, they bought Eureka, so Eureka was no longer its own company. And for over 50 years, Electrolux has been making the Eurekas. And if you and those of you who have come across sanitaires with the Eureka name on it, it's because Electrolux made sanitaires Eureka, so those were the original sanitaires back then. And in 2016, the Eureka was bought by, I can't remember the name, Mito, something like that. It's a Chinese manufacturing company that makes Chinese appliances. You know, they were they bought Eureka in 2016, and they hold the Eureka to this day. So Eureka's okay. It's not too bad, you know. But if this video was helpful for you guys, like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions about a vacuum or any other kind of questions, please leave your comments and I'll try to answer them the best I can. Like I said, I'm being straight up honest. I am not 100% a professional vacuum enthusiast, but I am into vacuum cleaners. I love, the joy of vacuuming. You know, those of you who like vacuum cleaners as well, that's what this channel is for. So if you're into this stuff, please subscribe and join the group. So I will do some work on this vacuum. I'm gonna clean it out, disassemble it, wash all the container parts, and then I'll be making vacuum videos in the future with this vacuum. So stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you on the next one. And thank you for watching.